This video is dedicated to all the angry Redditors who make daily complaints about Nilfgaard, how oppressive they are and how much they hate them and how Nilfgaard's gonna cause them to leave the game and all that stuff. This one's for you, man. Basically, Nilfgaard is the most hated faction. And I think that they get a lot of flack because of things like Mill, Tibor Spam, and cultists, but every faction does need competitive decks in order to succeed and to be played. And with Nilfgaard, it's either Enslave with siege engines or assimilate, depending. You have double cross assimilate or shoop assimilate, and then you have your masquerade ball and all that stuff. Soldiers are not bad too, but those are the main three. And so what happens is Balance Council goes and they nerf Nilfgaard every single month that I hate. It's all bias. And then they say, oh, you know, I think we made a mistake. So after a whole year of doing that nerf every single month to different cards, they decided we got to fix this, and they went and buffed basically one of the already strongest Nilfgaard archetypes like 5 times in one patch. And so what you're looking at here is the absolute meta for Nilfgaard going into January 2025. And it is scary. I have not lost a game on stream, so you could see me live just crushing with this. I have not lost a game in my recording today, and we keep it 100% win rate, man. So filled up the mosaic, going to pro rank in one game, and it's all because of this. Now, that being said, I want to talk about why it's so good right now. Enslave got a provision buff from 15 to 16, which it did not need. Terra Nova got a provision buff from 13 to 12. Calvite got a provision buff from 12 to 11. Brathen's got a provision buff from 11 to 10. And a Henrietta got a base power buff from 3 to 4. So boom, 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 boom. Like a lot of heavy hitters getting buffs in this patch. And then to compensate for that, they took Nauzicaa. They put Nauzicaa down to 3 power. And they took Qu and they put Qu to 10. Qu was 10 before. And Qu is fine at 10. So that doesn't make really any difference. And Nauzicaa was meant to be played in Assimilate for procs. And you get a lot of points from it regardless of that 1 point you lose here. And for what it's worth, I wanted to show you guys this deck without Nauzicaa to show you that it still crushes. So this doesn't even matter, okay? So that being said, let's get into it. I have Enslave 6 here because we start with a power of 3 that we could seize, but it increases the value by 1 for every 4 tactics in our starting deck. We have 12 tactics in our starting deck, which allows us to get 6. And what's nice too is that this card plays around that Stefan Skeleton, spawn and play Ace up the sleeve for each 3 tactics in your starting deck. So what that means is we have a card that's created off of this that damages an enemy unit by 2. We get 4 of them. So 8 points of damage, 5 here. You're looking at this like, oh, it's only 13 for 12. It's not that simple, right? Because it's creating cards, it procs a keyword called Assimilate. And Assimilate boosts self by 1 or the specified amount whenever you play a card that is not from your starting deck. All the cards in this deck have Assimilate 1. The only one that I can think of that has more would be Glynis, which is Assimilate 2, but I think that is super greedy and we don't need to run her here, at least in a competitive deck. So we have Terra Nova with Assimilate, we have Brathen's with Assimilate, we have Artorias Vigo with Assimilate, and Mage Torturer with Assimilate. So all these cards are going to be getting 1 boost every single time a card is played that was not in our starting deck. The fact that we can get all these engines out and then play 4 cards in 1 turn means that these are all going to be boosted by 4. And then the next turn we go create something with Diplo. Again, they're boosting again. We create, like, it's just crazy. It's like a machine gun of boosts on our side of the board. And that's in a regular matchup. Now, how do you think it's going to be against an Assimilate matchup? Because we can give their stuff spying with things like Mage Torturer, or when we Enslave it gives spying, or if we take Torres in the first form, he gives spying to 3 units with a provision of 10 or less from your opponent's deck, then spawn base copies of them into your deck. So not only do we give them spying, so we could set up Qu, we actually get another copy of these things. So if they have Brathen's in their deck, if they have Vigo in their deck, if they have, you know, that sort of stuff, I can literally give it spying, we get it, we play it again. Now we have like 6, 7, 8 cards, 10 cards on our side of the board that have Assimilate, and we fire off these combos, and it's just insane. It's like 200 point rounds. It's crazy. It's like a different game. It's not even Gwent at this point when you're playing against the mirror match, but that's just the potential that we have with a deck like this. And I think that our deck plays really well into the mirror match because we do have a little bit of a different story here. A lot of the decks that I'm seeing for Assimilate right now are running Nauzicaas, or they're running Lydia, and these are great cards, but they clog up your own space. You don't necessarily want to put Nauzicaas down, you want to put engines only down on your side of the board. You don't want to be playing cards that don't play as an engine, because you gotta outpoint them. And when you're playing against those mirror matches, it's all about clogging the board on their side of the board first. So cards like this, cards like Runemage, are not really saying a lot. They're just creating more bodies on your side of the board that you don't need. They're good in double cross. I don't think you need them in Enslave. And also, once we use our leader, Anna Henrietta really helps, right? We can take their leader. If it's Enslave, we get another Enslave 6. Then we go and we take another Brathens. We go and we take another Mage Torturer. We go and take their Terra Nova. You see what I mean? So we get all their Assimilate engines. We give them junk in the form of Duchess Informant and Emissary, and we just put crap on their side of the board till they can't do it anymore, right? So it's really cool. And what I like about this deck is that it has everything you need. It's got points. We talked about point potential. It's got consistency. It's got Calvite. So sort the cards in your deck from the highest to the lowest provision cost. So essentially, this card will start in your hand in round 1 because we've got so many tactics and we draw 10 cards, right? It's pretty well impossible to not have them. So you play them in round 1. You now have a perfect top deck. The opponent can't really bleed you because they know your hand's all gold, and if they try to bleed you, they're not really going to get their card back. So they might try just to see how many golds they can get from you, but generally speaking, you're going to go into round 3 with a card advantage, and you might not even have to spend leader to do that. So then in a short round 3, card advantage with leader is such an impressive combo. So we have it that way. All the better too is we could take Torres first. We can create 3 of their good cards, put them at the top of our deck now with Calvite, so that we never have to actually see a lot of these bronze cards in the bottom. So even though we have these, if we're not playing them in round 1, we don't actually have to play them in the entire game, right? If we do have, let's say, Magnes in hand in round 1, we could play a tactic from our hand and draw a card. That's cool to like get things funneled out to play more of the cards in our deck. And then basically once we do this combo into this combo, now we're only drawing gold cards for the rest of the game, and it's crazy, okay? So it's got the points, it's got the consistency, it's got the utility, right? Coup can be doing anything you want it to do. We can give spying to anything we want to spy. We have, again, Duchess Informant and the ones we can create off of Vigo. It's all utility, so it's all customization throughout the round. I have things like Obsidian Mirror. We could spawn their engines on our side of the board. This plays really well against monsters, relics, you know, the Witch's Apprentice, any Scoia'tael movement, dwarfs, that type of stuff. So a lot of utility, a little bit of removal here. In the control category, we got Tourney Joust, being able to damage things. Assassination, being able to remove an important engine. A Tall Punish here with Leo, right? The leader is control. So it's got that taken care of as well. And Tempo, again, it's got the points, so we don't have to worry too much about that. It's basically got it all, and that's why it's sitting right now for me at 100% win rate, and I just wanted to showcase this here, you know, because it's my obligation too. It's going to be really frustrating for some people to play in mirror matches all day. I had a couple Nilfgaard matches today. I had a bunch yesterday, but if you just look at what we're doing here, you'll be all right. I think it's all about just winning that round 1. If you're on red coin, it's all the better because then you can bleed them in round 2. Having things in your favor is always going to be good in a mirror match. But good luck out there on the ladder. And that's pretty much it for me now. And I will be streaming later on today, so make sure you catch the live. And we'll go from there. Try some new stuff. First up here we have Nilfgaard Enslave. It's Enslave 6. I might benefit from having one of these in hand, but I don't think we use 2. Jousts are okay, they're not great. But the battle prep has no soldiers here, so we can put this back. And of course we get the soldier, but... So what might be our win con in this round is boosting this up to the ceiling and killing it. So we'll try it that way. Good. So I want to have a bit more thinning stuff. I want to play a bit more bronze here, but we can take Calvite, sort the top deck properly, and then go from there.
I shall not repeat Emir's mistakes.
Boost by 5. It's a little underwhelming, isn't it? So 18-point removal makes a 21-point Leo. I'm pretty happy with that.
I don't work for free.
We take it now because I don't really have much else I can play. We can do Magni next, and then I can do Torres if they keep playing.
Guided by the light of the great sun.
So they get a lot of gold cards here. 1, 2. What, this, I guess? We take our own soon?
Do I enjoy torture? Perhaps. A bit.
I could always just kill this off so they can't shuffle it back. Like, they can't banish the 3 cards from the deck. So their consistency will be not as good for the cards that they created. Now, obviously, they're going to coup this and kill this. That's fine. They can't. They want to debate it. That's interesting. So they got my creates, but I only have the play. So I have to go and replay Terra Nova, for example. This has to go for now. I can give spying off leader, so it's not the end of the world. I think we just have to treat this like it's the end of the game, right? So if I go Vigo, it's probably Vigo second, and Brathen's first.
True love could lift the curse, but who would love such a freak? Your humble.
We just gotta get a bunch of points on the board. So in his second form, move a non-doomed allied unit from your starting deck, including self to your hand, boost it by 2, give it doomed, and play it. So it's essentially like this one. Gotta give spying to something, man. Otherwise, we're just in trouble, so.
You will not regret this, good sir.
We take the Torturer.
Suffering ennobles friend.
And then at least I can coup that. And then if I want to save Terra Nova for round 3, it's not the end of the world. It's a good coup. Again, I don't have to 2-0, I just have to do decently here and get out as much as we can.
The senses can be fooled easily.
Just a peek. That is all I need.
This wouldn't be a bad leader. I have 3 assimilates there, and then I can I think I'm going to do something like this. Or we just do this first, honestly.
What is truth if not an illusion?
So I'm taking the emissary. And we want to make sure we keep things out of enslave range. They've already played coup, so this is going to stick. I think we have to Stefan.
Take him to the woods and release the hounds.
2 and 3. I think we have to Stefan. Although Stefan later is really good. Stefan here is a really good push, though.
The revolution is inevitable, merely a matter of time.
It kind of puts them in a situation where they have to do the same thing, which is exactly what we want. So there's their leader. Good, we got their Terra Nova. Nice, okay. Now we take Anna.
You have our undivided attention.
So it's move a non-doomed allied unit that's not from your starting deck. Boost it by 2 and give it doom, then play a card. Can I not just do like a double Anna?
Oh, blast is cold.
That would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? So I have an extra leader over them. And they've played their Terra Nova. And they've played Skellen, the organic one. So I think this is like reasonable. But the problem is that they have the creates that they made. It's pretty much the best that I'm going to get, though, I think. What's nice is that they go first in a short round 3, so I could play responsive. My deck is sorted. My next card will be Informant. Informant is probably better than playing Assassination here.
And if
Nice.
I insert a needle here,
I take that, right? Pretty sure we take it. Just like that.
do I enjoy torture? Perhaps a bit.
My loyalty is to Imperial coin, not to the face that
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
2v2. Let's go Terra Nova.
Shit back into nothing.
For Vigo, I think we can outswarm them here. What's next is really up for debate. But assassination, well, we just put it back. It's probably still this here.
Everyone has their secrets.
And then we get a better coup.
I need not spill blood to make you suffer like never before.
Better yet, we take Torres for Terra Nova first into Brathens. And then we can coup it after.
I will not have you gaze at me so.
We should... I was gonna say we should win this, but I don't know anymore. Holy crap. It's a non-doomed allied that's not from our starting deck. Oh yeah, it's this one.
The continent shall be united under one banner.
That's right, it can't be this.
Senses can be fooled easily.
Her grace will not be pleased.
Trying to make it all pretty, you know,
And
so we
if
gotta
insert
stack
a
them.
leader here, what then?
I actually think, I don't know. I guess it plays for all the same. But I could have cooed the Brathens there too. But we do get the two engines. I think it's fine.
Your name, young man, commands you be cursed into an earth.
Sir? Well, I guess that's pretty much it, man. You could expect a lot of this type of game when you're playing this. Because of all the buffs, but... You'd see the script, so we just copy it, we do it again, we copy it, we do it again, we get 100 points, they're not really there, and we win. So, I have Anna in my deck, they have Lydia in my deck beats the mirror every single time. We're 7-0, and like 5 of those games are against pretty much the same deck. And it's because I can redo the leader and keep going with that, so. Next up here we have Nilfgaard Double Cross. Man, it's gonna be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Keep one of these.
An empire for the ages.
1, 2, and 3. That's amazing. So I have to kill this.
Target acquired.
And then we gotta take Calvite. And then we gotta take this to get Torres and do our Torres here.
The empire brings progress, advances civilization.
They could be playing Shoop. Viper's kind of gas here, isn't it? I'm gonna try to play it this round.
Nilfgaard!
I forgive you. This time.
Everyone has their secrets. Everyone.
It's probably just the Diplo. Alba's more of a threat, but I think they have a joust for themselves, so I don't want to waste it. It's probably just a Boohurt. We play more into that tall punish here. They do the same.
Guided by the light of the great sun.
This is disgusting. The fact that we're getting a Runemage, Henry, Vigo,
Grace will not be pleased.
they definitely hit that for sure. If I go up by 11, this brings me to 29, less 11. I don't mind using first leader if it means I win.
As good as dead, that lot.
We'll take first coup. First coup here is probably not on her because there's no assimilate. It's probably just straight on one of these.
My boots got sand aplenty in them.
I can snag something, but it's probably just this here.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
I'm wondering if I should ever Terran over round 1 if it means winning the round. Nothing? Okay. If your opponent is not passed. Who's not in their starting deck added to your hand. I think we just do this. Good, good, good. This goes. Usurper's okay. There's a lot more where that came from though. Jeez, man. This is worth... Still worth 12 points right now. I don't like the long round against them. I really don't. But I have a lot of stuff to put stuff on their side of the board too. The fact that Viper has to go through 16 units is not going to happen. It's going to have to be a pass here.
I'll thrash your arrogance.
Tibor. Or Runemage. So this is sort of dead. I think that's the move. We can clog them with this. Yeah, the Runemage on their side of the board in round 3 is not very good. I see what they're doing, just trying to keep it like... Terra Nova for Runemage is bad. Terra Nova also has other stuff. So we'll do it. We're gonna go in for Brathens instead.
True love could lift the curse, but who would love such a freak?
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
I know the truth.
Again, that's a big deal, but we'll do the same to them. Actually, I can't even have it. I didn't have my torturer.
Speak your mind. To the
They get
point.
Enslave 6-2. That's tough. But they are crowding, right? They are crowding.
My rule will be strong, my rule will be righteous.
Just gonna leave him. Honestly, gonna leave him.
Take him to the woods and release the hounds.
Just a peek.
Just dead points.
I need.
My loyalty is to Imperial coin, not to the face depicted there.
We gotta take one of these, though.
I hate nothing more than a creaky door.
Your name, young man. The man should be cursed into an earth.
My duty?
4,
Stick
5,
my nose where it doesn't belong.
6. We probably just Anna leader.
You have our
This is gonna be a lot of back and forth. 3, 5, 7, 9.
impertinence is the one
We're
thing
literally just
I
playing
cannot
like
abide.
fetch. This is insane.
Hey, come here, and I say,
Everyone has their secrets. Everyone.
Okay, I think I'm at the point where I might be able to clog you. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, listen, it's gonna take a lot here, but we're gonna have to do it right now. So we're gonna take this, there, there, there.
release the hounds.
That's clogged.
Will not be pleased.
Another engine.
I need not spill blood to make you suffer.
Now they got 2 more spaces. That's not good for you. That gives me actually more space. You're done. You're cooked.
What is truth if not an illusion?
Just a peek. That is all I need.
That was a stressful game. Yeah, yeah, you see? It's all about that, and it's really frustrating, but we got it done. Next up here we have Overwhelming Hunger monsters, and typically I have a hard time against this matchup because my copy targets aren't amazing. However, I do get a good Obsidian Mirror. We do have Torres in hand, which is good. I do have Tall Punish, but it's probably not beneficial in this matchup as much as you'd think. We'll try to do it. This could be for a Consume engine. This can go back for now because I don't have a soldier. Anna here's good. I do have Overwhelming Hunger off whatever consumes I do copy. So I feel like Anna really gives me more of an advantage than I would have had without her. Here, at least. And one Joust can go. It's too expensive. There we go. We got to play around a lot of things. I think the first thing you want to play around is probably a Manticore, because it's one of those things where you just don't think it's going to be there, and then it is. So you take Torres first and foremost. What, they're playing a V deck? Let's take two of these. We'll take this here. That's what it looks like. They're playing a V deck. If that's all I get for units and they're all trash like this, unless their hand is just completely good to go, but I think it's not the case. I don't mind the idea of taking this because it'll win the round because they can't use the V unless they use the leader.
Impertinence is the one thing I cannot abide.
And then in a long round 3, I think we just outpoint them. Yeah, see, Oniro went to Haunt. Assassination would have been nice here, but we don't have it. I have to save my Tall Punish, right? I think we're putting these 3 away.
I forgive.
39 points at 7. Pretty much forces a long round. If we pass soon, that's gonna go for Terra Nova, RIP. Oh, Stefan. It's actually just as bad.
Merely a matter of time.
$16. They need to play at least 2, I think. 2, 5 brings them to 8. Gives me leverage to play. I think I'm just gonna pass here, man. It's definitely not what he used to be as far as V goes. If I had coup, I'd be able to coup the Quacks on a pass from them and just win the game, but we don't have coup. They high rolled the hell out of that one, but see, we got one leader out of the way, whereas I don't understand why they didn't just take Barghest. It's a good hand. It's hard to push. I think Mir is probably going to go back because I got the leader out of the way. And I want to see Magni into some stuff here. Most of what I copied from them is just not amazing. We're not going to get a good joust. You can just use this for carryover on a pass or use it towards the end. Or something that we copy here and we just do it like that. The problem is I'm not really going to get any Death Wish units. Unless I copy one of their Argospores, which is reasonable, just to be able to get this back as carryover. Because they're probably not going to want to play the Argospore.
They're surprisingly clean creatures, as it happens.
Wow, I think it's hilarious how I put back the joust and then I need it. Is this the move here?
And if I insert a needle here, what then?
Yeah, they're going for it, okay. Like, they're in. Here, let's do this one.
True love could lift the curse, but who would love such a freak?
Her grace will not be pleased.
That's going to be a really nice tall punish. $17. So we can go this for coup.
Sound of plenty in them.
We get double procs if we just do it this way.
Just a peek. That is all I need.
27 hits that. That's good. They go up 2, we go up 4. They must have low rolled the hell out of that one. Okay. It's not a bad idea.
Quick! Move those hooves! Or we'll both be ham!
It's a think about the value that we just got off the obsidian mirror. Could free up space on the row with the Barghest here, I guess.
I must think of my folk.
Be really nice if I can somehow do this without having to, I think I might be able to do it without having to spend my tall punish.
More than a creaky door.
8 points, 8 points. That's 16 points worth of pigs. Because if I can keep Leo for short round 3, it's insane. Okay, they want me to kill it. Oh, okay, I see. Just keep our options open, keep the Tall Punish a little more effective here. I don't think they're going to be able to get these 2 cards back. Yeah, you see? This is probably going to go in the bin. I don't think we need it. Yeah, it is what it is. That's fine. So because we go first, we know what to do. That's for that.
Them pigs fly,
We just got to
eh?
stack for the pigs.
What is truth if not an illusion?
It's going to be not this, but maybe this.
As good as dead, that lot.
14 points. I gotta get some more points out here. (14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20), and then the assimilate procs.
A witch's best friend is
There
a
we go.
pig, no doubt.
And then we roll Diplo in case we get another one. I think they got one more, right? If we could just put up with one more, we should be alright. Griffin is net 7. It's not terrible.
Quick, move those hooves.
Oh, it's a good coup.
Fly, Pegasus, fly.
We got it. That's good. We don't have to play that.